won't have the opportunity.
Okay.
Come.
Sure.
Here's Naval.
Very good.
Very nice. Thank you, Naval. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you from all of us, Naval.
Thank you, Naval. Thank you.
And tell him that he can, anytime he wants to come, he can join and blow a shunk. We'll welcome that by all our heart. Yeah.
He does it for us all the time.
Good. Mm. Okay, so
Looks like everybody did it differently this time. I didn't have to do anything. I just clicked on the link and put on my email address and name, and that I was in.
that's why I was encouraging people to do it earlier. Remember, I sent so many different reminders. Hey, please try, because if you have any issue, so I will. Most of us, only Geeta was the one had a problem.
I did it earlier and I had to do it again today. So I don't know why.
I don't know. See, this Zoom is keep adding these new things. So,
But I'm doing everything from the phone. So
okay. But anyway, what I will do is I will call Geeta and we will walk through, and I will start a meeting just between her and me, so then she will know exactly what to do. I'll do that.
And I just sent you the group addresses of all the people in the
Yeah,
group.
okay. So then every week I will just send an email also, and I will put it there also. That's not a big problem for me.
Right.
So the same message, you will get it, so then you can directly click on the link. Okay.
Thank you so much. That'll be wonderful,
Yeah.
because I just felt bad that she missed everything because of that. So
But as I said that, because thanks to Joe, she can hear the recording. Yeah.
okay, very nice. Thank you. Thank you.
So now, any question on this Mandukya or Bhagavad Gita? No? Okay. So the other...
Umaji, since nobody has a question, I was very intrigued by a mail that I got about Hemkund, about that hot, this thing, boiling hot water, and people could step in, and because my concern is it true? Because sometimes people just send, posts.
Okay, let me tell you this.
They're true or not.
The water is over there. The whole area has geysers over there. Entire area. And what that dhua and all that come, yes, it is there. Now the different temperature and different kunds are there. So the hottest one, they actually cook the food. So you see these handis that they did, and they lower it. So जितना भी वो गुरुद्वारे में चावल देते हैं ना, हम लोग ने चावल कड़ी खाई थी वहाँ पे, okay? तो वो चावल सारा वहीं पर पकाया हुआ होता है. That is true. But that was a boiling जो आपको दिख रहा है ना, it may not be 100% boiling, okay? It is like as a bubbling from inside. होता है ना, इसे कुंड में ऐसे करके निकलता है. So don't confuse that it is that boiling temperature that you will do here. But
did you see human beings in the water?
Certain kunds, maybe, I don't remember because it was 10 years ago, but some of the water you cannot touch it with hand. There is no way you can bathe in it, because जिसमें वो लोग cook वगैरह करते हैं ना, you will get burnt. Okay, so when they show these videos and all that, you have to take it with a little grain of salt. That phenomena is there, but bubbling ka, don't think that it was bubbling because it is boiling. No, it is very, very hot, but coming from the ground. That's why. I hope that explains it.
Thank you.
So I have been to a place called Vishnupad. They have the same thing. In fact, I went in the water there.
Gangotri also has it. When I went to
Gangotri
Gangotri.
has it, and
Kedarnath also has it.
Gangotri also has it, and I've bathed in Manikarna also, because they have separate kunds for men.
Yeah,
and
separate.
women.
Yes.
Yeah.
So and also there is a very beautiful
But I think
story.
everybody doesn't get into the thing. Even other places it's very hot. You have to just take a mug and cool the water down and put it. But I think in Yamunotri there is like a waterfall, so you can stand there.
Gangotri, Yamunotri, there was no problem. It felt very good because we were very cold. And when you go inside, it feels so wonderful. You don't feel like coming out because it kind of hugs you, that water. It's a beautiful
In Canada
feeling.
also they have sulfur springs. They have hot pools like that. You can just go and stand there.
But one of the stories that really touched my heart in Manikaran was that it seems that Guru Nanak Dev Ji came there 500 years ago. And the story goes Well, that time there was no hot spring. Whether you believe it in the story or not, but they have this story. And the people, the जो पंडित वगैरह थे ना वहाँ पे, they were very unwelcoming to him. They didn't want him to come and all that. And these guys were like, were very kind-hearted, very warm people. And so उनको इतना उन्होंने क्या बोला कि they didn't want them to come कि उनको खाना भी नहीं दिया उन्होंने, right? तो फिर ये लोग जब भिक्षा लेके आए तो इनके हाथ में सिर्फ कच्चे चावल थे. तो वो बोला अब इसको पकाए कैसे? So they went to Guru Nanak Dev Ji and then they said, how do we cook this now? They're not giving us heat. So he said कि वो जो कुंड है ना वहाँ जाके पका लो. And then the hot water just bursted out from there. It's just a bhav, It may be there. And that was one story. And the second story was then they wanted to build a Gurudwara there. So these other people who were there, they didn't want them to because it's a Shivji ka sthan hai wo. It has a very deep significance from even Manikarna ka naam diya hai because वहाँ पर कुछ Manikarna means earring of Parvati. Somebody's thing is coming. Noise is coming from somebody's house. So पार्वती का जो earring था वो वहाँ पर खो गया था और शिव जी ने उसको ढूंढा तभी मणिकरण नाम पड़ा तो उसका significance or it is the one of the like Sneha has been there too, maybe she can tell. It's very, very, very beautiful and very mystical place. And the drive is from Kullu Manali when you're going. This is about 2-hour diversion that you go 2 hours in, 2 hours out. But that road over there was the most breathtaking because you go along 2 different rivers. And both the rivers have different color. I forgot the names of the river and they merge in the end. But you are driving along and the one side there is a mountain, deep, deep mountains. And the other side is this. So the scenery is breathtaking. And the other story that touched me over there that they said was, so Guru Nanak Ji cave, he wanted to build. So every morning they used to go and एक दीवार खड़ी करते थे वो बनाने के लिए गुरुद्वारा और ये जो दूसरे लोग थे ना वो आके गिरा देते थे दीवार को. सो ये चलता रहा कई दिनों तक और गुरु नानक देव जी would not get angry. उनके जो भक्त थे वो थोड़े इरिटेट हो रहे थे. फिर एक दिन वो आए एकदम गुस्से में दूसरे लोग दो पीपल हुआ जो दीवार गिरा रहे थे. तो गुरु नानक देव जी ने बोला आओ बैठ के खाना खाओ हमारे साथ. उनको खाना खिलाया तो फिर वो थोड़ा शर्मिंदा हो गए और बोले वी आर सॉरी वी डिडंट रियलाइज हाउ ग्रेट यू आर. सो गुरु नानक देव जी कोई बात नहीं तुम अपनी ड्यूटी कर रहे थे मैं अपनी ड्यूटी कर रहा हूँ and then they let them build the Gurudwara. So that was the story of this place. So there are a lot of beautiful places in India like that. And I
went to Japan. There is a place called Seven Hells. So they have these hot springs, same way, but different colors.
Let me see if I can. No, I can't hear them. I still see.
Oh, here, Geeta is on now. Okay. Geeta, we can hear you.
So in those 7 hells, we remember putting our legs in one of them.
Where is this place?
In Japan.
Oh.
It's called.
Okay.
And they boil the eggs in one of the places, and people then buy the eggs and eat them.
ये कहाँ पर है?
Japan.
ये Beppu, Japan.
हाँ हम लोग भी गए वहाँ. हाँ. हमें उसने बोला कि एक अंडा खाओ तो उम्र बढ़ेगी 5 साल, 2 खाओगे 10 साल, और अगर 3 खाए तो पेट में दर्द हो जाएगा.
See, every country has their own thing, but hot springs are there everywhere, except that हमारे
Germany they have Wiesbaden में Germany में we have been there.
Yeah, every country probably has something or the other, mystical things,
They are everywhere. In fact, यहाँ पे very near San Diego, there is a place they have hot spring.
हाँ कैलिफोर्निया में है, मैं भी गई हुई हूँ. I mean, नॉर्दर्न कैलिफोर्निया में तो है कई जगह है. ये हमारे जो इंडिया में ना हर एक चीज को डिविनाइज किया जाता है इसके लिए because there are so many saints and sages and I'm not 100% sure but there is some huge significance of Manikaran. It could be that it was Guru Nanak Dev Ji's first lecture or when he got self-realized he came there first. कुछ ऐसा है. I have to dig up the story but there is that kind of story. So
about 10 maybe 15 years ago I was going to buy a business here in this is called Fountain of Youth.
Oh, yeah.
And they have these hot springs. They have these 7 swimming pools. One of them has the hot spring. And they believe like if you take bath in those springs, then your diseases go away.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was pretty much interested in buying that, but my husband didn't approve it. It says no. So there are hot springs. They are in Palm Springs.
So I used to know that, in fact, I experienced this, that the Hemkund was tied to Guru Gobind Singh for some reason. Maybe it was tied to Guru Nanak and then it took over by Guru.
See, क्या होता है कि वो जो ये जो जगह होती है ना वो इतनी ज़्यादा सुंदर और ये है तो वो सदियों से लोग वहाँ आते रहते हैं. And so then it is tied up with multiple things in India. It is not just जैसे बनारस है. बनारस any saint जो धरती पे वहाँ पर पैदा हुआ है इंडिया में वो बनारस ज़रूर गया है. So there are so many ghats and all the different names of Tulsi Ghat and Manikarna Ghat भी है वहाँ पे. Same Shivji की story. So there are multiple stories. So that's totally fine because nobody can own the earth just themselves. It is going to be continuously treaded by so many saints.
Also, I was going to comment on Kamlaji, that Gita you are listening. I have listened to a lot of Gita. This is one of the best I have seen. So make sure you finish all the 47 episodes.
Mahabharata. Yeah.
It's called Krishna. It's a program is Krishna.
No. I'm watching the Mahabharata.
No, but Krishna is part of that. So there are 2. One is Mahabharata by B.R. Chopra. The other one is by Ramanand Sagar. So Ramanand's program is called Krishna, and then Gita is one part of that Krishna, which is the 47 episodes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm watching every day. This is my and my father-in-law's time together.
Oh, nice.
So we both sit and watch it.
मैंने उसको 3-4 बार देखा है वो वाली को.
He gives an introduction there that he was a very good scholar, a very big scholar, Ramanand Sagar, before he became movie producer and all that. So he used to write dialogues in the movies. And so what he said was he looked at not just Gita, but all the other Purans and all the other scriptures. And then he combined this between 6 characters, Shiv, Parvati, Arjun, and Krishna, and Dhritarashtra and Sanjay. And Dhritarashtra and Sanjay are common people. Shiv, Parvati explain when there is complexity in Gita, and then Arjun and Krishna are the Gita. So really they have done a very good job in that way. So my recommendation is, because we are lucky, we can understand Hindi. And so even the song that Ravindra Jain has sung,
it's beautiful.
they are actually exactly to that shlok. So all of that combined is beautiful, So it's a good
So,
commercial.
Joe, you are talking about Krishna. You are talking about Krishna. So,
No, Ramanand Sagar's
episode
program was
47
not called Mahabharata. I thought he made Ramayana and then he made Krishna.
Right, and this is episode 47.
No, there are 45-minute each episode for just Gita portion of Krishna.
Oh.
And that is like 45 minutes each, and there are 47 episodes. I think I sent a...
Yeah, he sent it.
I sent a playlist which has, if you start one, then you can keep going to the next one.
Can you just send it again, please?
Yeah, I will send that.
Okay, thank you.
I'll send one.
And okay, I see. Yeah, because I would like to see it too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I wanted to tell about one more thing that I think Niluji you sent, that some shloka about Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and so I wanted to say, what is the significance, how it came about, that whole concept, and what does it, because see, when it comes to Bhagavad Gita, Vedas and all, it's a subtle subject. And there's a lot of symbolism in it, lot of depth in it. So if you take it from a very superficial way, That is one way of understanding. Then if you want to go in the depth of it, then is another, and then you can go more and more deep. So when you look at the shloka on the surface, it looks like Brahmins came from the mouth of Bhagwan, Kshatriya came from the shoulder, and Vaishya from the stomach, and the Shudras from the thighs. So, but subtle subject, what does it mean? So when you see the 4 divisions, so it depends on our mind makeup, right? How it is, and that's why they said it is not from birth, but it is by how your mind makeup is, and then how your actions are going to be. So, but just more likely that if somebody is born in a Brahmin family, they might be more likely, but not necessary. It can be Shudra can give birth to a child who is totally Brahmin also, and there are many stories like you were saying. Prahlad was a Rakshas ka beta tha Prahlad, but he became a Brahmin almost because of his karmas. So now when we saw this whole thing about microcosm and macrocosm, so I was telling you about the Virat Roop, right? Virat Roop is a totality. Sare hamare legs and arms are together become Bhagwan. Okay, that's the totality. So now when you look at our own body, so what is a characteristic of Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra? Why do they are called what they are called? Because Brahmin means जो सत्व में ज़्यादा रहता हो, okay, जो वेद पाठ करता हो, जिसको ये सब बातें जल्दी समझ में आती हो, जो he's like a researcher, he's like a has a calmer mind and all that, तो वो ब्राह्मण हो गया. क्षत्रिय में सत्वा है मगर ही को शौर्य बहुत है उसमें, ही इज लाइक अ वेलोर, एंड so जितने भी हमारे आर्मी लोग हैं ना वो सब क्षत्रिय में जाते हैं. वी नो दैट्स व्हाई दोज पीपल हु आर हैव क्षत्रिय क्वालिटीज मेक वेरी गुड आर्मी मैन. हमारे वो वैश्य लोगों को भेज दो, 2 मिनट में भाग के आ जाएंगे वहां से, because they are not meant for it. So अब हमारी बॉडी में देखो तो हेड इज द वन दैट डज all the thinking, and sattva is all over there, right, in our mind, which is, it seems like it's located here. And when we talk about bal and all that, welcome Geeta after so when you're talking about
Hi, Geeta.
Hi, everybody. Finally, I called Geek Squad, and it seems my speakers were not working,
Yeah, I thought that problem could be your end, because I had a speaker problem too, which I solved it.
We're very happy to see you.
Thank you so much.
But we have recorded everything, so you can go back
Yes.
and listen. You won't miss it. Okay.
Yes,
So
right.
coming back to the Kshatriya, so it looks like as the shoulders are the one want to fight and do all that. This part has to be more active. Okay. And then stomach. Now coming to Vaishya. What is the job of a Vaishya? He knows how to calculate money. He knows how to generate money. He knows how to क्या बोलते हैं, जितना भी money है वो proper distribution होना चाहिए सभी को and all that. So stomach वो job करता है, because खाना वहाँ जाता है, वहाँ से सब distribute होता है. So that's why it become representative of the stomach. And then legs are Shudras, because Shudras are like, okay, I don't want to think, I don't want to do research, I'm not that strong here, I can go in an army, but I still like to work. Just tell me what to do and I can do it. Very good job I can do, skilled job. So फिर because उसके लिए हमको खड़े रहना पड़ेगा पाँव में. Okay, so that's why वो legs हो गया. So when you see the Virat Roop, means it is together the whole universe, then as though the head is Brahmin, the shoulders are this, and the stomach is Bhagwan. Stomach is Vaishya and legs are Shudra. That's what the concept means. It doesn't mean that they are born from the mouth or born from this. It's like that represents that thing.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah, I actually understood that.
Yeah. So just one, so it's like it requires a little bit of thinking and all that, because it is so ingrained in us कि भाई ब्राह्मण का बेटा ब्राह्मण, उसका बेटा वो, and then I'm Brahmin, so everybody's Brahmin.
Umaji, to put it in context of what I spoke, when my younger son went to college at university, he was told by some people, asked what his name represented, where he came from. He's a little light skinned, so they weren't sure he was Indian or he was Iranian. Mm-hmm. So he said he was Indian and his name was Naval Bhardwaj, and that became, oh, you're a Brahmin sort of a thing. And that discussion went on in his fraternity about the atrocities the Brahmins did in India and how they created the untouchables, how they messed up the whole system and how they would not allow people to worship, etc., etc. He came with that information, and it took many, many conversations for me to convince him that Brahmins are not rich people. Brahmins are always the poorer, intelligent people who were teachers or, who went and gave knowledge. So it took me a long time to convince him that neither me or my ancestors did anything wrong, and you don't have to be uncomfortable being a Brahmin.
See, what happens is, what point I'm trying to make, history.
I understand.
No, but it's for everybody. It's not just you. It is like we are trying to understand the concept here.
I'm trying to explain where I was coming from when I spoke last week.
True. And because you brought the topic, it's a good topic to discuss because it takes a long time to sink in because we are programmed in a certain way, number one. And most of the world and a lot of Indians also think, who don't know this Bhagavad Gita to this depth, they think that it is some phenomena in India only. So that's why I brought that point, that whatever Krishna Bhagavan is talking about, it applies to every human being which was ever born, is there, and is going to be born. They are going to have one predominant quality in them, and you can change your varna, but it takes a long time. In one lifetime, you can change your varna, because to go from, say, I'm very rajasic, and then I want to become a sattvic, it will take me time to develop that. That's number one. And then what Krishna Bhagavan is saying, you don't need to do that. Whatever your predominant quality is, you do your karma yoga in that, and you can reach the highest. It will take you to that like a rocket if you do it properly. That's why that yagna spirit and all that comes. So from the higher perspective, there is nothing lower or higher. That's what point I was trying to make. And the history is, you cannot quote history when you're quoting the Bhagavad Gita, because history में ऊपर नीचे जाता है. और अभी भी, if somebody asks me, hey, what is your caste? I'll tell them, I'm a Baniya, because Agarwals are Baniya. The story goes, they were Kshatriya before, and unko kuch, they didn't want to kill and all that, so they say, oh, you cannot be a Kshatriya, because if Kshatriya means you go fight. And if you don't want to do, then become Vaishya. So ऐसे हम लोग वैश्य बन गए. That's the story. Who knows what is the truth? But so I will use those terms when I'm in India, because that's a local term that we all use to identify ourselves. But because we are studying Bhagavad Gita, we should know what it really means by Krishna Bhagavan, what he's saying. And then what he says, that to run any society, you need all four. Otherwise, you cannot have a home, a society, a life. Because any one aspect is missing, you cannot do it. And we came up with that example, right? That एक कोई कंपनी है, उसमें सारे ही innovators बन गए, तो काम कौन करेगा? मेरा चाचा. I mean, who's going to work? So then you need the people who will execute. And then, okay, I will execute, but no money is there. Who's going to, काम कौन करेगा? मेरा चाचा. Because you need money. So then the Vaishyas come under, hey, I know how to generate money. And then, okay, सब कुछ हो गया, फैक्ट्री में काम करने के लिए भी तो कोई चाहिए कि नहीं? तुम्हारे पास पैसा भी आ गया, विजन भी हो गया, सारी टीम तैयार हो गई, but if you don't have workers, nothing is going to happen. So you need the workers. So the moment you look at it from this perspective, you realize, oh my God, कोई ऊंचा नहीं है, कोई नीचा नहीं है, सभी की उतनी ही जरूरत है. So that's what this, because it's such a beautiful concept कि भाई तुम्हारी जो tendency है ना, उसमें तुम काम करो. That's all it means. But the humans who made it. And then what you are saying, Neeluji, about the history, we all are victims of it. It's not just you, me, or anybody. It was a whole system got like that. When I was born and raised in my family, I had no clue that what this was. Oh, you are Baniya, so oh yeah, we are Baniya. Baniya is a conjuice. Okay, क्या कुछ कर देते हैं लोग इंडिया में. Or, Brahmins, oh, why you are eating meat? You are Brahmin. And then they used to explain कि वो एक महाराष्ट्र में ना, there was one group of Brahmin, Saraswat Brahmin, they eat meat. Okay? So then everybody is horrified. Why are you eating meat? So then they told historically what happened was that Saraswat Brahman, they were living on the coast. Okay? कुछ अकाल पड़ गया वहाँ पे, दे कुड नॉट ग्रो द वेजिटेबल्स, पानी वानी नहीं बरसा, तो बेचारे मछली वछली खाने लगे टू सर्वाइव. सो वो ट्रेडिशन शुरू हो गया मछली वछली खाने का. दैट्स हाउ दे बिकेम. So you can't blame them because they were going to die otherwise. So those traditions come, historically things happen, and so we all become collectively victim of it. But the only reason I'm bringing this up, that if I, like, now I know this, I can, मैं डंके की चोट पे कह सकती हूँ फिर कि hey, this is what Krishna Bhagwan means. It is not a concept only in India. It is the entire universe he's talking about, of humanity. That how it is. So that's the point I was trying to bring. Okay? Because for our own understanding, since we have taken up this Bhagavad Gita to study, we have to catch it from every aspect, and clarify in our mind certain things, And no, and historically we cannot point fingers at each other or do anything. But now that I know perfectly well what it is, moving forward from now on, I can become better. I can respect everybody. And I can, whoever doesn't know, I can teach them now what it is. Go study Bhagavad Gita then, properly. To pick up, Swamiji's book, Prabhupada's, whoever, yes.
So the question, it's not that simple either, because later on, in the Ramayana as well as in the Gita, something taran ke adhikari. Remember they say in the Ramayana, and also in the Gita, he says that women and Shudra and donkeys or dogs or something, are worthy of being beaten.
No, sorry, Gita, that's not what it means. I'm so sorry to say that, because when we come to that verse in Bhagavad Gita, Swamiji will explain what it means.
All right, okay.
Because that's exactly what I was saying, that on the surface it looks horrible. And that verse, my God, people quote it.
Isn't that
It's in the Gita also.
Bhagavad Gita में एक जगह मैंने बताया ना, एक जगह when we were talking about the woman का subject. So what is the main message of Bhagavad Gita? That self-realization is for anybody and everybody. Whether you're Shudra or Brahman, as long as you're born in this earth as a human, you become qualified. Okay? That's it. So that we have to throw everything out. Why he said that, what he said, that's the question. So then we have to analyze that, and Swamiji has analyzed it absolutely beautifully, which right now I don't want to go into it, but if you have purchased the book already, you can go to that verse and see Swamiji's explanation.
Okay, Umaji, I have one more problem too.
Yes, sure, because, that's this discussion.
In the first chapter, remember, in Arjun Vishad Yoga, he says that the problem with a war is that most of the men get killed off, and then the women have to marry outside their varn, and then that's a terrible thing.
Okay, this is what it means. So it's telling you जैसे कि नॉर्मल कि जो अर्जुन ने बोला ना first chapter में, so Krishna Bhagwan said no argument is good, you got to go and fight, right? But he said a lot of things that what destruction war brings, correct? Yeah. So somebody said he was the greatest advocate of why we should not have a war. So if you take that his discourse, Arjun's, whatever he said, out of the context of Bhagavad Gita, and then you hear it, it is a fantastic discourse, because all those things do happen. So now what did he mean by that? He means that when there is a war, all the strong men and male get killed, right? If it's a huge war, they're going to get killed. So what will happen? The women will be left asahay ho jayenge wo. Then they will be forced, not that they want to, because people will take advantage of them. Children might be born. Who knows what will happen? And then when they say admixture of the caste, it doesn't. I don't even like to use the word caste. Varna Vyavastha. It is something like the way Swamiji explained. Suppose if you have a tendency of a Brahmin, okay? But now, because of certain circumstances, you have to do a job of a Shudra, okay? Which you are not, your mind is not made up of it. So then you don't even know how to do it, and you're forced to do it, then the society suffers. Or you take a person who is like a Shudra and you put him up there to do some administration. Do you think he'll be able to do it? If he's not qualified for it. I don't mean it that, hey, because he's born in a Shudra, that's why I cannot. No, his mind makeup is not there. That's what he means in that chapter 1, that admixture will have a problem because war has happened. That's what the true meaning of that, all those context is.
And one more issue. Krishna himself married 16,000 women. Is that right? Because he had, in a war, their husbands, he had to kill their husbands. His army killed their husbands. So he married 16,000
No, that's not
women.
what the story said. The story said that he had rescued those women from some other king. I think it was Jarasandh. Jarasandh ne all these women, he had usko bandi bana diya tha. And when Jarasandh got killed, they got saved, and then he married. He did not marry this. He had nothing to do with this Mahabharat people over here. He was just an advisor over there. He really didn't engage in any of that other things. So I think that whatever you're saying, that's not what I have heard. And then when it comes to Krishna,
that story I know well. That's Narka's story. His daughter, he had captured 16,000 women.
Oh, it was Narkasur. I thought it was Jarasandh. Whatever. One of the guys.
Right,
Yeah.
and he killed the king and rescued those women.
And those women asked them.
Those days, if the women have gone to somebody,
Right.
it cannot be done. Now,
Will not
as
be.
far as Krishna goes, Krishna always worked in akarm mode. I don't know if you understood the akarm mode or not, which
Yes,
means
of course.
he didn't do anything. So all these things we are talking about is kind of Puranic stories and everything. But if he is doing in akarm mode, all that is justified.
There's another reason they say that Krishna Bhagwan was a yogi the na wo. So yogi is like जैसे बोलते हैं कि जो उनकी जो जितनी भी पत्नियां थी ना, each one he gave equal importance, and there is a whole in Puranic stories there is कि उनकी दिनचर्या क्या थी. So he would have breakfast with them, he would play with the kids, do everything, because he could have that many bodies in yogic Maya se, because Maya is like unki dasi, right? So it's not like he married all these women and they just dumped them somewhere and then he's not even around. That's not what it is. He could, each one of them felt, it's like the Ras Leela. Okay, the symbolism of Ras Leela is, if you see the picture, they show each one is dancing with Krishna. So it's like Krishna is, and it is more a bhakti ka thing. There are so many other stories behind it that actually those women were Rishi Munis. Okay, there is a whole bhakti ka angle is there in Krishna ki story mein, कि भाई जितने भी ऋषि मुनि थे ना वो बोले we want to experience this pure love on the earth. So they say, okay, go take birth and I will show you what it is. So from that angle you can look at it. So a lot of people, like if they look at it from a very superficial thing, they will never understand what is happening in that whole Vastra Haran ka bhi. It's a symbolism behind it. And he was only 7 years old when the women were bathing and he took वस्त्र चुरा लिए उनके. उसका symbolism है कि when you are merging with God, you got to drop everything. You cannot be like, oh, I'm going to hang on to something, So that's what the symbolism behind it. So there's a lot in it. So if you take it on surface, it might look like a really terrible thing, but it's not. There's a lot of deep significance, and that's why we need saints and sages to explain to us, because otherwise our mind just stays in the superficial. We won't understand anything. They have to take us to the depth. I hope that helps. I don't know.
Also, you have to go beyond the gunas. So if you go between sattvic, rajasic, tamasic, you'll always find something somewhere.
True.
But if you go beyond the guna, because at that level there is no gunas. So I don't know if we can understand it that
I think what you are trying to explain it's not like gunas are not there. You transcend it. It doesn't affect you. So like, this concept, how do I explain to the 15-year-olds? I used to think like that, how do I explain to 15-year-olds? So I told them like a incident. What does it mean transcending something? You say, okay, you go to a party and then you see few friends who you don't like or something, and I wish they were not there. And if you start continuously brooding on it, will you enjoy the party? They said no. So I said, what do you do after a while? Oh, let me get over it. Whatever they have done, let me forget about it and enjoy the party. That's called transcending. Means it's there, but I'm not going to get affected by it. So when you say transcending, we have a big confusion what it means. It doesn't mean the world is disappeared and the three gunas are not in you. No, that's not what it means. It means I have the three gunas. Sometimes something gets predominant, another time another thing gets predominant, but I'm not going to get swayed by them. That's what it means.
Also, Guna's Dharmraj will be in jail today. So Dharmraj Yudhishthir, he gambled, he sold his wife, and they had 5.
Yeah, maybe you cannot say all the, because the thing is every yuga has their own characteristic. Okay.
Right.
Today you can get away with murder also, like that O.J. Simpson and all that happened. That hey, all the evidence is there, but they, the lawyers like that. Who knows? I don't know. I don't even know whether I'm bringing this up. But what I'm trying to say that every yuga has different problems, but. So historically, you cannot take that incident and put what will happen now. Yeah, true. Can anybody do what he did, they did to the Draupadi today in today's world? No. You cannot do that, trying to pull her sari in front of the whole sabha. That's not going to happen in today's world. But there are other atrocities that happen. Anybody else?
But believe me, if you can internalize Krishna, all these things look too surface.
Yeah, true.
And then, you don't analyze them.
But, the verse you're talking from, Bhagavad Gita, Swamiji has an absolutely fantastic explanation for that. And that you will feel very satisfied, very happy. That because on the surface it looks, और वो जो वर्ड्स आप रामायण में बोल रहे हो ना, कुछ है ढोल समथिंग ताड़न के अधिकारी, ढोल आई डोंट रिमेम्बर द एग्जैक्ट वर्ड. माय गॉड,
ढोल गवार शूद्र पशु नारी, रामायण में है ढोल गवार शूद्र पशु नारी, यह सब ताड़न के अधिकारी.
सो हमारे जो तेजोमयानंद जी है ना, तो वो बोले कि ताड़ना इज अ डबल मीनिंग. ओके, एक होता है ताड़ना कि किसी को प्रताड़ित किया जाए, मतलब उसको थोड़ा पनिशमेंट दिया जाए, दैट इज वन वर्ड. एंड ही सेइंग द अदर वर्ड ताड़ना में जिसको देखना, उसको एक्स्ट्रा प्रोटेक्शन देना. ओके, बिकॉज दे आर वीक. सो ही एक्चुअली केम अप विद अ tremendous angle. That's they say that can be a meaning also, that these are weak. ढोल को सभी पीटते रहते हैं ना. So and women, we know that because of they are physically not stronger. I mean, I can't even say that these days because there are women who are in army and fight and God knows. But in general, so I apologize for saying that. But basically, what they're saying, women are weak sex. In a sense, the men can get stronger. So that sometimes the strong men do atrocities over women. So he's saying that they are weak physically. You cannot deny. It's a biological thing. Okay. So उनको ज़्यादा प्रोटेक्शन देना चाहिए. वो भी एक एंगल है वो वाले वर्स में, ताड़न के अधिकारी. So I always like to stick to the positive part of it because lot of people is so sad. वो रामायण में 1000 वर्सेस होंगे इतने अच्छे अच्छे, वो सब छोड़ के वो एक के पीछे पड़ जाते हैं. और उसमें भी because they misunderstood it. They are not even understanding what the Swami is saying or the saint is, because when you are talking in language, it's limited. In a poetry mein, they can bring some things up that may look like not so kosher, but their intention was not to humiliate anybody. They're just trying to bring a spiritual point. And I'll just give a hint of what Swamiji says about the words in Gita. He said that there are certain feminine qualities of the mind, that make you slightly weak. When you have little attachment, extra attachment and all that, they're talking about that feminine quality. That, they are not talking about woman and man as a like sex, okay, ye aadmi hai, ye aurat hai. They're talking about that feminine quality that, that creates that weakness. That's why it is lower. So rise above those weaknesses. That's the angle in Bhagavad Gita. So when we come to it, we will have a more discussion.
You can also listen to that thing about Osho which I sent.
Yeah,
Women.
I have to. I haven't done it.
That's a assessment of women's power.
Yeah, that is more historical perspective. So as I said, that history is a separate angle and the spirituality is another, and you cannot completely mix them, because historically things can be right and wrong and atrocities can happen. Doesn't change the basic, what Krishna Bhagwan says is a basic human nature and what it is. So when we read Bhagavad Gita, we have to keep history out of it. The only history it is kind of relevance is because of the Mahabharat war. So उसका background हमको समझना होगा क्यों हुआ, उसके हिसाब से history चाहिए. बाकी we cannot take this and translate into history because it's not a historical thing. Pure Bhagavad Gita is a Brahma Vidya. So that we have to remember very, very clearly, because it doesn't.
Even in Mahabharata, at the end when Bhishma was dying, then Krishna asked him, "What do you regret in your whole life?" And he says, "Bhishma Pratigya." I shouldn't have stuck with it.
True. Yeah.
So that's what.
Yeah, and also Bhishma Pitama gave the whole gyan of his experience,
Right.
because Krishna Bhagwan said you have so much experience and you can, and even Ramayana में भी आता है कि when रावण जब गिर गया ना, मतलब मरने वाला था, तो उन्होंने रावण को बोला लक्ष्मण को बताओ, ज्ञान दो. फिर रावण ने ज्ञान दिया, because बहुत ज्ञानी था वो. And then he told them that ahankar is the biggest killer and all that. So all these have very, very deep meaning, because somebody was saying, this, you guys know who Devdutt Patnaik is? No? He is a expert of India on these Vedas and Puranas, and he is amazing. And on Netflix, there is one, I don't know the name of the program. My husband watches this, so many times I sit and watch with him. He analyzes everything from the modern, historical, as well as Vedantic perspectives. So he has various topics, and whoever has time and is interested can listen to those. He does merge them, but in a very scholarly manner, and makes sense what he says. Okay. I think that I'm going to stop talking now. Either anybody has anything or we can close.
Umaji, can you just take me out of this group and then I'll log back in? So if there's a problem with mine, because I have to do it twice and somehow Gita came as my name. So take me out of that and I'll try to do it again. Okay?
How do I do that?
I don't know.
You have to come out. There is a thing saying end the meeting. So just do that, because you have to do it from here.
And then get back in and
Yeah.
see if I can do
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Try it right now. I'll stay for you. I'll stay for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay.
So, Gita, you are okay now. You know how to get in and all that, right? Yeah. Okay. And everybody else is okay to get in and all that from the meeting? Okay, I have to wait for Meena ji to come back. So whoever wants to leave can leave.
since I
Whoever
was
wants to
so
stay
many-
can stay. Bolo.
So we're not discussing about the trip to.
We
that-
already did, dear.
Oh,
in
okay,
the-
then I'll listen to the recording. Okay. that's
Yes.
fine.
Okay, now I think that we are kind of done, so I'm going to stop the recording.
Yes.
But